Mine is joy.
Yeah.
And that everybody looks at, they start out a new year, oh my gosh, everything's fresh, it's clean. Well, guess what? There's going to be some things in 2020 when your life's in the crapper. And the things are going to happen. You're going to be in a valley, and you might be in a valley right now. And we're in the first week of 2020, and find the joy in every single day, even though that doesn't mean you just say, to heck with everything, but every single day there is something joyful, and sometimes you've just got to work on finding that. So it's finding the joy, something joyful every day.
Right.
Good.
And even if it's not what you think you would be joyful about, you're going to learn or grow from the moment. So that's where the joy is.
Yes.
Is that in the end, and you may not see it for another year, but that happened for a reason. So take it in.
Let's do it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, Lord, that you get to go to work, and you get to work out, and you get to pick up your kids, because there's people that aren't able to have children, or there's people that aren't well enough to exercise. So that was two things that I just started doing, and changing my mindset, and that I get to. Amen. Yes. We talk about health not being just about physical, but about the social, the emotional.
Absolutely.
And the social is a big part. But yeah, there might need to be a relationship. You need to burn the boat, and
Burn the boat on
leave them on it.
Leave them on it. No.
Leave-
Whoa.
We're talking a different topic now.
They can jump off
Yeah.
somewhere on the other side. Yeah. You said something else when you threw out a topic, and I thought, okay, wow, that's actually ingenious. You said burn the boat,
Bottle the smoke.
Bottle the
and
smoke.
bottle the smoke, and I just kind of went.
That
how
part I made
great
up. I've never heard that. I
Stop
made that
it.
up. I did. Burn the boat, but bottle the smoke, because there's going to be something from that experience on that boat that you do need to take with you, that you need to remember, that you might want to open up and sniff a little bit.
That was my favorite part.
Okay,
Yes,
that'll work.
sniff it,
Yeah.
and realize how you
Yeah.
got to where you are. And
Well, right. So if the boat is gone, you have to start swimming. If you're not swimming, you at least want to know you have a life jacket. Well, your life jacket is God or faith. You mentioned faith.
yeah.
It's knowing what you're holding on to, what's the bigger power that's giving you that strength.
Talks about the letters that they wrote to her and the letters that she wrote. So I'm just curious, when was the last time y'all wrote a letter?
That's so good. I like that question.
Art of letter writing, we've lost that, haven't we?
We have lost that.
This is completely turning a different page here, but I think it'd be really cool to write a letter to our future self. 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What would you say about your life now to your future self?
I'm going to piggyback off that, because my word for the day is tweak. And it sounds like I had
That could go a lot of
a
directions.
very similar day as you
Okay.
yesterday. Yeah, I kind of got, I had some things in real estate go wrong, and I felt like I got kicked in the nuts. And that's exactly how I felt. And then, like you, I was kind of like feeling negative, and I just kind of like needed to reevaluate some things, and thought, you know what, sometimes I believe God has these things happen to you so you can tweak some things, and you just kind of regroup, and it just makes you better, stronger, and you just reevaluate. So tweak. Sometimes we just need to tweak.
We should have called each other yesterday.
Okay, have you ever found sea glass?
I have never looked for it. And I'll tell you, when I was at the dentist, they had a whole book about sea glass. And I was just captured by it, because how similar is that to our life? You know, we're something, we're born, we get tossed into life and the world, and we get beaten up by the sand of life.
Turbulences.
These are the sand, these are our lives, the sands coming through the thing. And then at the end, we are a result of how we got beat up or tossed around in life, right? Which honestly, the sea glass comes up and it's beautiful. So I like to think that we're beautiful in the end of the mixture of what our life was.
That's very true, because it's the things that we come through that build our character.
That's right.
And create the person that we are.
Yeah.
Right. Prepared for this show and thought about the word for the day, Snuffleupagus came to my mind on just embracing the people around you.
Yeah.
Life's messy sometimes, and we don't understand it. It's confusing, but let's not lose sight of just embracing each other and telling each other we love each other, and just
absolutely.
laugh. And don't
Right.
forget to laugh and enjoy life.
You're talking about your tribe, your posse, your girlfriends. You need that circle, not only for influence, but you need that circle through good times and bad. And when you need to be lifted up, and sometimes you're the one that is kind of down in the dumps and you need that phone call or that text message that says, "Are you okay?" Or if you're flying high and things are going great in your life, then to me it's incumbent upon you to reach out to someone else who maybe is in a little bit lower place at that moment.
Joe this morning that, I mean, literally, y'all need to understand too, we're not like for the very best friends and we're inseparable. You know,
True.
sometimes we might only
Right.
see each other once a week.
Right.
But I told him I get so excited. I have a snuffleupagus moment right before we film this show to see these three women because it's therapy.
Agreed.
I learn.
Yeah.
It is so positive and how we boost each other up. We learn from each other. We share ideas. We share quotes. I absolutely love it.
That's right.
I love
Yeah.
it.
Do an assessment of the people in your life and know who your tribe is. We were talking about that being kind of cliche, and I think that's it. You have to know the ones that, even if you have a bad day or a bad moment or you're down and you say something that's unkind, that they still love you and have your best interest and they're going to forgive you. And you're still going to be your tribe at the end of the day.
My word is back with the R, resilience.
How about that?
Resilience. That was my word today, and it's about the capacity to be able to recover quickly from a difficult situation or any difficulties in your life. And so that kind of
Good
is like
word.
renew. You know, that goes along
Absolutely.
with your word. Is just it's not always going to go right. So just be resilient. Get yourself back on your feet.
It's a
Uh-huh.
big
And
one.
that's a big
Say,
cut.
right?
Because sometimes it's a big fight.
Yeah.
So I was about to say,
Easy.
I think it's all how you choose to look at it.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to look at it completely differently. Oh,
Well, that interesting.
we are going to try out the raisins and
I want a
champagne.
glass of that champagne now
Yeah.
with a raisin.
Here's what I want everybody to do. Just shine. I got y'all lip gloss.
Yeah.
Regardless of the world, whether you think it's yours or you're scared to live in it, everybody just shine.
It's what you choose to listen to, your personality. And it tells you, and it can impact your day like you would not believe
It
it.
could be moves like Jagger.
So, yes, and choose that for you. And I'm like you, I listen to
Interesting.
something that almost sounds like a siren, and I wake up, and it almost makes my stomach hurt to hear it when I have to wake up. Stop doing that. Choose what truly inspires you and empowers you, and change that to your alarm, because it will impact your day and your mood for the entire day.
I want to see you be brave. So that's my word.
I love a word that is so powerful, and this will be similar to your word because it just stands alone. And just saying it, just hearing it, just empowers you, and that's the word warrior.
Mhm.
I love your word warrior, and if you will add that to your vocabulary, say it silently to yourself, I am a warrior, you instantly are telling yourself you can overcome whatever's going on. If you say I'm a warrior, then you just instantly just empowered yourself.
Absolutely.
Add that to your
Yeah.
vocabulary, standalone word that will change your day.
It
I
denotes
love that.
power and strength and bravery. Yeah,
Right.
it says a
There you
lot
go.
in that one word.
Yeah, if you silently say to yourself, I'm a warrior, then you just put your badass armor on and you're going to get
Love
through
that.
it.
February is Black History Month. Rosa Parks would have been 107 years old last week. So
Wow.
that's my current event
That's interesting.
topic for today. How brave she was. And I was, in reading up for the show about just not getting up from the bus seat.
That was her speaking out.
Yeah, I mean, she stood up.
Yeah.
She was brave. She was a warrior. She's like, I'm not okay with this. That's my current event topic of the day. It's Black History Month. Rosa Parks, somebody being willing to stand up and say, I'm not okay. I'm not okay with this behavior when
She was
everyone else is.
She was a warrior.
Yeah, she
She
was
was.
a warrior.
It takes bold moves to make bold changes, and she
Mhm.
did.
What is someone going to say? What if they don't like it? Maybe, what if I'm shunned because of my opinion isn't the same as someone else's? And
Right.
it's okay. But
Right.
it is very important to speak out and speak up and say what's on your mind. Do it in the right manner,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll be much better received. And I think there's a greater chance that someone's going to hear you and listen to you if you do it in the proper manner.
That's right. And you know the saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Mhm.
Well, that to me also relates to hearing out other people's opinions.
Mhm.
Because
It does.
you may feel strong about this one thing. And this happened a little bit on our show last week where we all showed up with our opinion about the halftime show, but we were able to hear valid other viewpoints that can kind of soften where you stand
Mhm.
sometimes.
If you don't speak up, then your voice isn't heard and everyone assumes that you agree with them.
They assume you agree. You just said something very important about they want it so badly, they do it even though they're scared.
Mm-hmm.
And I think once you put passion into anything, it takes you to another level. Because if you have an
Absolutely.
end goal and you have a passion for making it, for creating something, for changing something, you just got so much more like a warrior.
I like that.
Yeah, plan ahead. You thought it out, and the outcome's normally better, don't you think? I do.
My word for the day is never.
Never plan and never use a team.
Like you're thinking, but no. You know, as a Christian, you know, we talk about, you know, God will never leave you or forsake you.
Mhm.
I also have been using the word never in my positive affirmations, and we've talked about that on previous shows, and I'm going to encourage you all to do the same. I will never stop short. I will never surrender in reaching my goals. I want to encourage you all to positively use the word
Okay.
never.
Yeah, you don't get how it works, or you don't get why we need to know.
No, I don't get what we need to know about the hot
Yeah.
and cold water. I gotta think about that one.
Rebecca, you should just skip this segment because you always go, who cares?
It's true.
Thank you. Thank you for, bringing to attention why we need to bring out a fun fact. I had another one you would really say who cares about, but I used the water one. So
When you have a clean environment, a clean slate, your house, your workspace, your car, it
True.
clears your mind.
trash it, don't stash it, meaning your stuff.
Yeah.
And trash it, don't stash it, meaning, a hurt feeling. It's like we bag it all up. Our resentment bag, and our poor me bag, and our angry bag, and you know what I'm saying?
Well,
Don't
it's
we?
wasted energy. It can be very unhealthy. You keep stashing it.
You're weighing yourself down with it.
Yes, and it
Mhm.
takes its toll on you.
Little
This is
notes
awesome.
to your husbands. Yeah.
There you go.
This is awesome.
Right.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Carrie.
I always like to get you guys something.
You give the best gifts.
You really do.
Thanks. I
Very
love to
awesome.
think of what would be clever for the topic. Do we even have? Do we got words and everything? I feel like I don't even have a word today. Sometimes I just need and then we have to fill in the blank.
And just in my life lately, I've seen some things come to light where somebody went above and beyond in that area of thoughtfulness and just did something, or paid someone a compliment, or bought someone something menial value, but just because it reminded them of something that person would like. And I just think thoughtfulness is something that we all can pay a little more attention to, because
Right.
we get so caught up, as you just said, in our daily
Yeah.
life and how busy we are and our work life and all of that, that just doing those little things of thoughtfulness every now and then really makes you memorable.
Got a fun fact.
Well, I definitely have a fun fact, and I'm sure none of you know this. Anyone ever had a female ferret as a pet?
No.
See, I knew that much.
I have a female hedgehog.
Interesting. Okay.
Did anybody have a male ferret?
Anybody have a ferret at all?
Well,
No, they're mean.
so the fun fact is, once a female ferret is in heat, if there is no
Oh, Lord.
What is that you sometimes are like, stop the freaking world? I gotta have this right now. I'm not talking about food. Well, I mean, it could be. Just what is yours? What is
Good
your?
job, Rebecca.
What is it?
A hug.
Aww.
Y'all, there has been, I mean, just like, you think about that. Y'all, you think about how that feels.
You know, a couple of things come to mind, but I guess to roll it all into one, sometimes I need a de-stressor.
But I feel like a road trip. I sometimes am looking at David going, we got to get in a car or a plane. I need a trip.
I agree with that too.
I need a trip. I want to ride down the road mindless. I want to be mindless. I want to stop and eat something fun. I want to listen to the radio. I want to laugh with him. I want to look at cows in the field.
Thing too, when you've been together with someone a long time.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, remember when we did this and we went there?
Uh-huh.
And those are awesome.
And you laugh about how little things were big things then, and now you had no clue there'd be bigger things.
And then
Yes.
that ride in the car might turn into I have to have hot sex right here in the car.
Back roads.
Yeah,
They didn't pull off.
Personal
experience.
They didn't pull off into a dirt road. Kind of dirty dirt road.
And it also fights bacteria. So with this being the flu season and everybody's still freaked out about germs,
Coronavirus
well, of course,
season.
the flu is a virus, but it also, research shows that it fights viruses and bacteria. Just make sure you steep it just like it says on the package and squeeze every little bit of ginger. And so once a day.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Play some different music. Listen to a different station on the radio. I don't know, just things to perk you up.
Yeah, lift your own spirits. Don't
Yeah.
wait for someone else to do
Don't
it.
wait for
Amen.
it.
That's right.
Don't
Lift
wait
your own
for it.
spirits.
Holy
Soar.
cow!
Yeah.
I was just speaking of that show
Be
for
sure you
Sue.
soar.
Huh?
Be sure you soar.
And be sure you soar. Those things will help you soar because you can't soar if you don't feel good.
That's right.
And if you don't feel good, do things to make yourself feel good. Don't wait for some train
Yeah.
to pull up because it ain't coming. And she just said she knew. She knew all along if anything was going to happen in her life or change, it was up to her. Our shows are pre-recorded and we had no idea what was about to devastate our city.
Soak that shit up.
A biscuit.
That's what I
Biscuit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Little biscuit. Do it. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Welcome to the SOAR Show. I'm Kathleen.
Hi, I'm Sheila.
I'm Rebecca.
And I'm Carrie.
Be in the moment. That's where I am right now. Be in the moment. Be in the present.
Boy, that's important.
And yes.
And it's so fun to put things out there and then constantly like, oh my gosh, was that my email? What happened? Is someone gonna record my song, or is Davey got a new gig, or is someone gonna buy that house? I think that's why I get like so obsessed, and we all probably do, with prospecting, because once you put it out there, it's gonna come back to you.
That's right.
If you wake up every day and you're not reaching out, well then why should anything come back your way?
So we're going to talk a little bit about sleep. All right. This is research. This is non-negotiable. Your body, everybody's body in our age group requires 7 to 9 hours of sleep each night.
Sheila? And then I found something inside to help you remember to treasure yourself. Okay?
My word for the day actually
let's do that.
went right with that, and because strength is the word for the day, and all over the state of Tennessee and all the counties that were impacted, the strength that I think we've all seen physically, mentally, socially, spiritually has been surreal.
He doesn't give us more than we can handle, but sometimes we have to really dig to remember that.
That's right.
And
Who else has a word? I bet we all got great words today for this.
My
If you
word-
don't, I'll let you know. If yours wasn't any good. We're going to rate your words on the scale. I'm rating your words today. Okay.
I think each and every day we wake up with a choice as to how we're going to deal with things and handle things. And we all have a bad day. I have a bad day at least once a month, and it's my down day, and I take it and relish in it and get up the next day and make the choice that was yesterday. I'm done. I'm done with that, and now it's back to a positive attitude.
Not everybody, we all have different gifts, whether it's time, whether it's money, whether it's the ability, to foster children, or I think we all need to serve our community and make the world a better place in whatever you have the ability to do.
I wonder if I wanted to bounce off and hit them in the throat.
There you go.
There's a Rebecca.
So, where can we find the silver linings in all of those things that are going on?
So the current event is like a stay tuned. Are we going to find the silver lining after everything that's literally kind of crashing around
Kind of
us
a
right
chain
now?
reaction, yeah.
I think we will.
I
I
do too.
think we always do. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time.
Choosing your word to see silver linings, to walk in a room and go, wow, look at the windows, not, oh, this is way too small. This one.
I can honestly say that you three helped me with that.
Oh,
So much to
That's
overcome
wonderful.
that. And
That's wonderful.
turning those things into opportunities. And like you said,
Yeah.
the window's not small, the window's there. And let's look at the light. Let's look at what we do see out of the window.
Right. So I think that's
I don't
going
like
to
that.
be more harmful to us is this fear that we're going through versus catching coronavirus.
And coming from a health perspective, I'm just happy people are actually not rolling their eyes and actually washing their hands now like you're supposed to be. We've talked about,
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe a year ago how to properly wash your hands on the show. And
That's right.
yeah, that's what you need to be doing.
Are we?
Are we all in?
Are we even?
Are we all in it
Does
even?
anybody
Wow,
need
maybe I'm going to get back up.
What's it look like, the balance?
La 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 la. Whole box of latex gloves.
You struck gold,
Score.
sister!
1. Welcome to the SOAR Show. I'm Kathleen.
I'm Rebecca.
Hi, I'm Sheila.
And I'm Carrie, and welcome to the SOAR Show. We are going to talk today about I believe in. There's a blank there, and we're all going to fill that in. We haven't talked about it yet. We are in a different room because we're trying to distance ourselves as much as we can to stay on camera in compliance here. Social distancing because of what we're going through. But we want to be a happy show today, right?
Right, absolutely.
We're going to be a happy,
Yes.
positive show, a break from all the dread. What you got?
I believe in love. I just believe in love across the board. Love cures all. Love prevails. Even when times are tough, and you go through the valleys, love will always prevail.
And that favor will come your way.
Mm-hmm.
And I think when you wake up and believe and have hope and love and all of those things, and believe that favor's coming your way, you begin to do the things that create favor
Mm-hmm.
because you're already thinking positive.
At this point, we have no idea what the unintended consequences are of what is happening right now. Can you imagine the blessings that we don't even know, have no imagination of at the moment, that people will realize in
Yes.
3 months or 6 months or a year from now because of what is happening right now? So instead of looking at it through a lens of doom and gloom and things are horrible and I don't know what I'm gonna do, look at it with a perspective of what God has in store for you, what blessings are gonna come from this.
Red peppers, they have 200% of the amount of vitamin C that you need, and so you can buy those. They're cheap. You can freeze them. Your miracle fruits for your immune system are strawberries and mango. Okay, cheap frozen food section. And if you're looking for a healthy nut, cashews have zinc. So chomp down on those cashews and eat as many mushrooms as you can right now. The mushrooms that you buy legally in the grocery store.
Don't smoke them. Don't be offended by people, but just go, good to see you. Good to see you. Okay? Just do something different, but don't do the handshaking right now. So,
SOAR.
SOAR.